Hi, I'm Dawn Bibby. I have been crafting now on television for over 25 years. I love crafting. Paper crafting is one of my greatest loves, although my background is textiles and fashion. I love to bring you the very best products and inspire you with what I do, hopefully that you'll be crafting at home. Joining forces with Craft Buddy has opened up a whole warehouse and a wealth of products that are fantastic. So I use the knowledge that I have to get the very best products for you by working with Craft Buddy to source new products, to design new products, and also walk around their fabulous warehouse putting together kits that are really going to help you with your crafting. Make sure you don't miss myself and the Craft Buddy shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafter's Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas, and here at Hochanda we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Oh, how wonderful, wonderful video there to showcase the brand new one-day special here from the gorgeous Clarity dies, the fresh cut dies, and the amazing Windows Aperture die collection where you're getting 11 dies, but goodness knows how many different looks when you get in there with your craft knife or scissors or cutting tool to extract elements, the star, the imagery, the frames, the wonderful archways. And what you're looking at here is the full versatility. One of my favourite cards there with the tea light in the middle of it as well. I'll just turn that more towards the camera for you so you can see there the gorgeous dove in that detail and how well they work with your words as well. Your wonderful Noel there, and just with a slightly dim light. What a great look that you get from all of these dies. And Paul, my goodness me, a very busy launch.
It was a very busy launch, yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. But do you know what, I'm not surprised, because when you look at the value of the one-day special, the saving you're making is that die. Yes, because that's what that die costs. Yeah. So, and to get that saving in there and on FlexiBuy as well,
you can see it's basically it's captured our hearts, but then we can easily rationalise the decision because we've got £25 off, which is the value sold out individually. £24.99 would be for that die set alone there. That gorgeous design that you're looking at there, the Peace and Love nested windows. Normally £25 or thereabouts, £24.99, but today ours, thanks to the saving that we're getting on the one day.
Exactly. And what's great about this, I mean, we're calling it the Christmas window apertures, and as I said in the launch show, for me, the only one that really speaks Christmas completely is the Shepherds. Yes. Because all the others can be used throughout the year. So you've got the candle. I mean, you could cut those candles down and have 3, 4, 5, however old the person is. Yeah. They're perfect for decoupaging. We did a decoupage in the launch show. But when you look, I mean, if I bring these boards in, Matt, just to show you, I'll give those to you.
Thank you, Paul.
So you can see that the whole concept behind the aperture die is that when you actually cut it out, let me just bring this one in, just to show, it keeps it within the card blank. Yes. So this card blank is a 5x5, it could be a 10x10, but it keeps it within the card.
Yeah.
And what we do, by giving you the nested dies, which is part of the bundle, it then allows you then to cut them out. So when you cut them out as it's been designed, it becomes a topper. But then when you start to cut away those layers, it reduces it in size. So it's perfect for doing the decoupage, which I did. Let me just grab that sample in the launch show. It was here a minute ago. There we go. So when you look at that one, you can see then how it's broken down. And when Janice was looking at these, she went, oh, she said, you're getting all these dies. I went, no, it's one die.
Exactly.
So for me, the versatility of being able to take all the different elements out. And again, it will work across the board on all the different designs.
Of course, it's a great concept to be able to do that with. And the shepherd's there, the only one that screams Christmas in such a typical way, but the other's great for all year round. As you can see here with the lovely peace and love with the heart.
So again, I mean, when you look, I've taken the words out. So again, when if you go down to that size or even that size, you can actually, with a craft knife, very carefully remove those words. So it can, I mean, you could leave love in there, you could leave peace in there, or you take it out and you could stamp a word in there. Absolutely perfect for that.
Yeah, I think that might be a reason why they've spoken to so many of us this evening. It's been such a busy launch. And then to show the candle, you gave a lovely idea with cutting several candles, Paul. You know, one for every 10 years of marriage, or one for every year on the planet as a birthday.
So again, I mean, on the final one here, I mean, I've left the halo in, but you could actually cut that away as well. So again, it takes it to another level as well.
Gorgeous. I mean, there's a certain style to them, and it lends itself to all the different finished samples. I think it's testament to that there is not one finished sample that's the same as another one here, Paul.
No, and what's great about these is that this is a classic Clarity design. It's been in the library for about 20 years.
Really?
Because they started off as stamps initially. And then as the company grew, we brought them into stencils, we brought them into Groovy, and now fresh cuts, a new sort of core line, and they just were absolutely perfect.
I mean, what a sample here with that stained glass window effect. That's
stunning. That's by Dee.
Beautiful.
And she's used sort of like some crystal lacquers on that one.
Look inside
so when the light catches it, it gives. There we go. You can see that. Look. Perfect. Stained glass window.
That is
absolutely
awesome.
Christening, baptism, celebration. Absolutely stunning.
And potentially, I'm not going to say easy to replicate, because, you know, with the time and the wonderful artwork that goes into these, but possible to replicate. We can all do it. Me and you could do this. We both.
I'm going to do it.
You are, yeah.
Maybe let you have a go, Matt.
No, Paul, there is no need to do that. But the proof is in the pudding. And, you know, all of these samples, every single one different in their construction and style.
So again, not just for cards. I mean, they're crying out to be in stained glass windows. To have the sort of the battery-operated tea lights behind them. Absolutely perfect for that. And when you combine it with our designer paper and especially the parchment, you get that translucency coming through.
And hence why the designer papers and parchments are on the show and available. When you load up the website, you'll see them so easily. And here, I mean, look, this is with some of the designer parchments, is it not?
That's going to be my first demo. I'm going to show you how to make that in the first demo.
And if I just lift that up, I don't want to spoil any magic, but there is a little battery-operated tea light underneath that. So with the lights down, there's the lights.
Oh, you've broken the illusion, Matt.
There it is. It's not magic, it's an illusion.
It's an illusion.
But there we go, with that shining through the parchment. They do lend themselves beautifully, so pick your favourite parchments. And then here another one, and, you know, again, it's that three-dimensional construction that you have, the way they're folded to get these. They're not just regular, this is your card and that's how you're going to have to make it. You know?
So again, it's a blank canvas. I mean, again, the design, Christmas is one of the times where we make the most cards, whether to send or to sort of sell. So to be able to make something really, really quickly, I mean, just by cutting out the aperture, and then just putting a piece of parchment or a piece of backing paper behind it, it's instant. And then you just put a greeting on it. Job done.
And they look phenomenal here. I mean, gosh, we've got so many samples to show.
This is, I love this one. Maria's done this.
This is the
you
one.
did see the inside, didn't you?
I did earlier on. It was here earlier when you guys were prepping your show, and I didn't recognise the front because I was so busy looking at the inside earlier.
But isn't that stunning?
Look at this.
For me, that is just pure elegance. So Maria's taken the card blanks we've got on the show and just adapted. Just to show how you can do that and use the different designs inside.
Amazing. I want to linger on every single one and have a proper look and treasure each one, but I want to show you as many as I can at the same time. Look at that. I mean, just simply, it really stands out.
Yeah, so Maria's used material. It's like a cotton linen as the background, so she's die cut the actual arch out from material. And it gives it more of an earthy look, doesn't it? Which is perfect for the shepherds.
Yeah, that is lovely. It's like a seeded cotton, like an Osnaburg, that's got a wonderful texture to it. And look at the colours on this one as well. And again, this is showing you that you must order your designer papers today. The amazing colours that we've got on the papers and parchments.
So again, this one's from Dee. I mean, this would be perfect for a wedding, civil ceremony, sort of a celebration. Just by changing the colours, it's amazing. I mean, a lot of the samples have been done in black and white, but when you change the colour of the cardstock, or just the backing paper behind.
I mean, look at that. I mean, just in terms of making to sell as well, we're usually free angel policy with.
Oh, definitely. Aren't you? Yeah.
So definitely. You can imagine batch making a few similar to this. Yeah. And just, I mean, look at that as well with the doves there. But you've got to say, I think it's the inside here that's the kineticism to it.
So this one's from Wendy, and again, you've got. So Wendy's used the little doves from there, and we saw that in the opening VT where they flew in. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was phenomenal, wasn't it?
And then again, you've got that bit in the middle.
Marvellous.
Absolutely stunning.
Just a marvellous card. The potential, and there are so many more finished samples that I want to share with you. Look at what the design team do as well. That's a list of all the instructions on what's been used to make that. Wonderful people. This is the bundle that you're getting a hold of, and the saving of £25 is the value of this amazing Peace and Love die set. So £24.99 for that on its own. Normally, it's sold out singly. But to get that on its own normally would be £24.99 were it still in stock. But it's not. It's in the bundle, but you're getting it without paying for it necessarily because you're saving £25 by getting the one day special, which is all the 3 die sets on the bottom, the 2 either side with the dove and the candle, and then this gorgeous nested Peace and Love. So you're getting the 5 sets plus this one in the middle, all for £37.47 today, and then the same payment next month to order. 675316 to get hold of it. Your parchment is there too, and we're going to be demonstrating for you throughout the show. Your parchment comes with a free 8x8 folder to store it in, and you will love that folder because it will treasure your parchment. It will look after your parchment. I've always loved the Shenandoah, always loved it, and the Northern Lights. Forgive me for my probably being very easy to read, but I've always loved those 2 sets. So I could pick both of those. I could use FlexiBuy if I want to spread the cost. It's $19.98 today and the same amount next month. And once they're in your basket, you've only got about 10 minutes to check them out. So go for it. Order now on the one day special. And Paul, what would you like to show us first?
Right, we're going to do that blue candle box.
Okay, yeah.
So really sort of quick and easy. Again, it will change depending on what colour parchment you use or paper behind it. But I thought the nice cool blue worked really, really well. It's sort of a really nice classic colour.
It does. We're liking that. Yeah.
Okay. Right, so to start off with, what I've done, I've taken one of the 6x6 card blanks, which come pre-scored, and then all I've done is I've just scored 1 inch in from each of the edges. Okay, so this is going to give me my concertina folders. I'm going to bring in my plate, my cutting plate, and Dee came up with a fantastic idea of putting one of these pockets on top to help the plates last a bit longer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to put that on there. Let's have a look. This is going to be the front of my card. And then I'm going to cut 2 dies at once. So I'm going to go with the dove and the candle. So I'm going to position those in the middle. I've got my guide there to show where I am in the middle there. And then we'll take some low-tack tape.
Such clever design with them all nested in one single die.
It is, because for me, what we could have done, when we look at sort of like where I've cut them down, we could have done 5 or 6 different dies. But what's the point when you can do it in one die and you get more value? Because we'd have to charge a lot more if they were individual dies.
Very, very, very.
So by having it as one die, it's more cost effective.
And you're winning on all fronts because you've got that functionality, that craftability as well.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
cut into them if you want.
Yeah, and again, it changes based on what colour card you use, what you put behind it. So all I'm doing, I'm just putting that through the Gemini. Gemini's fantastic for me because I've got all the different die cutting machines.
Yeah.
I've collected them over the years being a crafter. But for me, equal pressure, constant all the time. So the dies will work in all leading die cutting machines, and it will just be a different sandwich combination. So you'll just have to sort of like, you'll know from experience what plates you need to put in. So I'm just going to very gently remove that tape, and it always sticks hard for the first time.
With the Gemini as well, you got to make sure it's ultra low tack, haven't you?
Yeah. So I'm going to bring in my waste box. Where's my waste box gone? There it is. Leonie was on here earlier when I was coming to set up, and the floor.
Was it?
Leonie.
Oh, yeah, I know why.
I'm going to give Leonie a box.
Yeah, to stand in. Yeah, that's John Lockwood's trick. But that, in her defence, she was here just before you needed to start. Usually there'd be time to pack down and sweep up, wouldn't there? But I think because you were in straight away.
So there we go. So you can see, look, it's just
all the way straight
away.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So, and then all you're going to do, I mean, look, I can flick with my finger. Because the dies have got a special... I'll let you hold that up, that way, just clear this away.
Clean and crisp.
Because our dies have got a special coating, it just falls out. And it just... I mean, I've used dies for many years, different types and everything else. And sometimes you spend half an hour just picking all the bits out. But because these have the blue, clarity blue coating on it, it just allows it to fall out nice and easy.
Good. So nice and clean for the next run there. Both dies completely clear and it's all out of the actual cardstock. And then you've got all your waste in there, collected off there. Paul, you're so tidy. Oh, by the way, the pre-scored card blanks, they're out over there, but we've also got them here. Details are at the bottom of your screen for these. There they are. Nice little shot there, but we folded them up for you as well out in the studio. Details were at the bottom. We've just moved them here for you to the left-hand side. That's yours there, Paul. It's $26.96 including delivery to get all of them. That's 80 of them, so 40 of the black and 40 of the white.
That's very good.
In two different sizes.
So you're going to get 5x5, 6x6, 7x7 and 8x8. And the white is 300 GSM and the black I think is 280 or 290.
Yeah.
290.
We've had clarification on the 290.
There we go. So it's good quality. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in some of our paper. Okay, and all I've done, because I'm going to cut two at the same time. I want two arches to go on the outside. So I've just trimmed it down, and then I'm going to take my two nested dies. I was thinking about this, Matt, you know, like when you was talking about, I mean, it's sold out now as an individual die, and it was £24.99.
Yes, that's this one.
But for an extra, if it was, speaking hypothetically, if it was available, for an extra £12 or thereabouts, that's the equivalent of the first instalment on the Flexi Buy, isn't it?
Point. It's a very, very good point. So, were you to get this singly, because it's in the one-day special, it's £24.99. First payment on the Flexi Buy is, of course, half of £74.94 to spread across 2 months. So it's extremely good value to get the one-day special. It's £12.48 more than this die would have been singly, because it's sold out now. So, yeah,
I was thinking about when you was talking about that, and then I saw the Flexi Buy payment, I thought,
very good value today. Very good value.
Okay, so I've put my nested arches in place because what I want is the outer frame, and I'm just going to, it will go through both pieces of the paper, no problem at all. Okay. So we'll just run that through the machine again. Okay. See, for batch card making, the apertures are really, really quick. I mean, I've got those little samples there, Matt.
Yes.
So you can see that's how they've been designed to work, so that they stay within the card blank.
Yeah, it's the base card in black and white. That's right. There.
So by doing it that way, it means all it needs. I mean, you don't even have to put anything behind it. You could just die cut them and then just sell them.
Yeah, just as card blanks, you know.
Yeah.
Easily.
And we do the envelopes separately. I think they're on the show as well.
Yes. They are. They're actually on the show, so if you load up the website, you will see them. Details are at the bottom of the screen for those too, just down here, 156120.
Okay.
20 each size.
Right, so we've cut those out. Now, the bits I'm interested in are the little frames. These bits here, I'm going to keep for another demo, possibly in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, so don't throw those bits away. So we'll pop those down there somewhere.
By the way, with your envelopes, bottom of the screen, the other size is 8x8 because your card blanks are 8x8 as well. So it's 5, 6, 7 and 8 inches for your card blanks and envelopes too.
Okay. And then what we're going to do now is I'm just going to attach these frames to the outside. So it just gives it that perfect frame. So all I'm going to do is just take my glue, and the wet glue is really good for this because it gives you that little bit of movability. So probably chose the wrong colour because this goes on blue and dries clear. Wrong
so
choice of colour,
yeah.
blue on blue. I know where it is.
You should know when it's kind of, well, will you?
Yeah.
We can line it up.
Exactly.
You've been doing this for long enough, Paul. You'll be okay.
I can do it by feel. When my finger gets stuck, and then I know I've got it in the right place.
I have every faith in you.
Okay. So all we're going to do now, we'll position this one in first. So again, I'm going to line that up.
See, you made a good choice with this darker, cool blue on the black card.
I think it looks really nice. I think it's sort of like this, especially this paper in the parchment. I think it just looks really, really cool.
And the patterns in those hand-designed papers as well, aren't they? I mean, tell us the story behind
yeah.
this.
So Barbara created them. It started off, when we first got into Groovy, we'd be doing some pieces for the TV, and then in order to sort of just uplift it a little bit, you'd want to put it onto a backing paper. But if you put it onto like a solid colour, sometimes it went a little bit flat. Yeah. And because we was learning at the time as well, we didn't know what was right or wrong.
The system was brand new.
So yeah, so basically, Barbara, because she's good with the gel plate and the brayer and everything else, she's got like this stash of all these sort of like where she just cleans the brayer and then she'll turn it into an amazing project. Yeah. So we'd end up keep going to this.
We can show some while we chat, actually. Do you mind me showing
this?
Yeah,
no, not
at all.
I've
got the books down there, haven't I? But just as an example.
So what we would do, we would keep going to Barbara's stash of scraps, and then people say, oh, where did you get that paper? Where did you get that paper? So then Barbara designed specifically a range of papers. And this, what you've got here, this is the card. This was the third series.
So the paper,
it started off with the paper, then it went to the parchment, and then it went to the card. So these are 5x7s, and this is the size of the original artwork. Because it was created on Yupo paper with alcohol inks. And that's the size of the Yupo paper. And then when we turned it into the paper, we enlarged certain areas to fill the 8x8.
Understood.
So, but they work perfectly together. And for me, the card is more intense in design, and it's perfect for backgrounds, stamping on, die cutting.
I mean, the patterns are such that even when you cut a thinner frame, like for your archway,
I mean, if you want to put some of those underneath, and you'll see.
Let's do that. Actually, I just chose one at random. Actually, is that
but
working?
I mean, the blue doesn't. Let me bring.
Kind of like I like this one.
Let me bring one of these ones in, so the blue doesn't fry it off. There we go.
Okay.
So and then next one.
This one here.
It's like playing Snap, isn't it?
Yeah.
But look on screen how it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so vibrant. But again, just moving it around, how it changes.
And the fact that you can play with parchments as well in the same designs, and therefore have the semi-translucency for
doves flying around that piece of card.
So you can angle it and place it how you wish. You know, pick out more of the purples, less of the yellow.
So you can move it. So look, so you can centralise. But again, what's fantastic with these dies is that you can actually paper piece as well. So if you wanted a darker colour, say in the dove, which I did in the earlier show, you could cut a different piece in to fill it out.
Let's try this one as well. Just to mention details on the left-hand side of the screen. You've got your free folder to look after them, which is it's worth its weight in gold because it'll protect all of your cardstock or paper or parchment, and that's worth $5.99.
That's right. The pick and mix bundles we've put together, the folder that you get will contain, if you're buying two, then both of those pads, whether it be the paper or the parchment, will fill those folder completely.
Right. Right. Okay, so there's the folder as well that you can see. We've got ones that are filled in the studio, but the best way of protecting what you're getting hold of, and that's just to give you a flavour of what you might be ordering today. That's not saying, here's these sorts of screen, that's what you're getting, but it just shows you the colours of what you're ordering. Best way is to look on the web and choose what you want. But basically it breaks down like this: papers, parchment or card. Either one. And
you get the bonus folder.
Yeah. We'll see them tonight or tomorrow, anytime. We've got other shows.
Right, okay, so I've attached my frames now. So what I want to do is I've taken the same design in parchment. I'll just bring that in. And I've already cut it down so that it's going to fit perfectly behind. So we're going to put that on the inside. Now, with our parchment, I don't know if we can pick up on that, you can see there's a more shiny side. There we go. See there, you've got that nice shiny side. Or if I turn it over, see how it's a little bit more matte,
slightly lighter,
finished.
Milky. Yeah.
So the way in which it's manufactured, there we go, that works well. You've got that vibrant side here, and then the matte side over here. When it's manufactured, the colour's applied on one side, which is the shiny side. So that when we're using it for parchment, we have the shiny side facing up, and when we trace out the line, you get the crisp white line. But it's perfect for stamping on. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the shiny side facing outwards. But if I wanted to, I could go a little bit more muted. So I'm going to just take my tape runner. I'm just going to go down the edge. Okay. And then I can position that in place. It would probably help if I had a white piece of card underneath, because I could be sticking this up anywhere. There we go. That helps. That could have gone wrong. There we go. And then I'll take the other piece of parchment.
Again, so your tape goes on the deeper colour side, so you're putting your milkier side up.
Up. So I get the more vibrant side coming through. So now when I turn that over...
Yes.
But see how it changes? I mean, that's on the white card behind, but you can see here with the black behind it, how it's more toned down.
Toning it down, yeah. So it's when you make the colours pop here.
So all I'm going to do now to create the actual box, I'm going to take some high-tack tape and I'm going to just put that in the middle of this concertina that I created, or I told you that I created earlier.
Yeah, you scored the light.
I didn't do it. I'm not going to score the light. So we'll just put that down. And the reason I'm using the high-tack over the Crafter's Companion, the Crafter's Companion will work fine, but it can, because it's box construction, for me it's just personal choice that I use a more high-tack tape.
That's all right, on 3D construction or whatever it might be. And the other decision as well we've got to take is being live demonstrating on the TV. It's like sometimes time is a factor as well.
So all I've done, I folded that in on itself to create the seal, and then I'm going to fold that back. Okay. And again, do the same on that on there. So that has now created two sides of my box.
There's one corner to it already, yeah, one side, two sides.
Yeah, two sides. So again, that's just using one card blank. And I've used the dies and a little bit of parchment and some paper. So I've now already done one on the other side. Okay. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick this down in the middle.
Tape ready, I see, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we'll take that off there. And again, this will work in whatever colour. I just think that the black is so dramatic for this. And then all I'm going to do is fold those two bits in there. Okay, and I've already put the tape. I don't need to put tape on there because I've already put it on this end. This tape normally is difficult to remove, but my little trusted tweezers. And then all I'm going to do now is...
This is when I would be very heart in mouth now, but yeah, that's clever to put it on the...
Let's put it on there.
Yeah, I thought you were going to...
And then...
Because it grabs straight away, doesn't it?
It does. Right, there is a...
I like what you did when you stood it up.
That's an easier way.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. You don't think, when you're assembling, normally you don't think about when you're going to do it on TV.
Yeah, no, that's true.
To make it look
angled so we can all see
Yeah,
as
you
well.
just do it. And then we'll take that bit off there. And if I bring that in...
lovely.
And there we go.
This is really
So
nice.
I've now got... So all it needs is now just a little bit of firming up on the edges. and then we can illuminate that.
Okay.
There we go. Lights don't come with it, but
a serving suggestion, or add your own lights, get your own battery operated tea lights maybe.
there we go.
But how nice, how wonderful does that work? That works really well with the cool LED as well, the cool white LED on the blue. If you're working with the other colours like the reds or peaches or pinks, then you might want a warmer light, maybe like a tungsten yellow. But isn't that lovely? This is marvellous, absolutely marvellous, that. Ah, Paul, and do you know what? Thoroughly doable as well. So
definitely.
A few passes to the
two
die cutting machine.
pieces of card or 2 card blanks, job done.
And there we go. And the card blanks are on today's show as well, in the 4 different sizes, in the one big pack of 80, and you get the matching envelopes in the other pack too. So if you are making to send, that's all well and good. Paul, it's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just a wonderful demonstration following on from our live show at 6 o'clock, where we launched this wonderful one-day special, and also more shows tomorrow at 9. Have a look at the web. Everything's on there, hochanda.com. We've got a nice video here of some of the finished artwork. Well, isn't it a joy to be a part of this one-day special and to be able to see this lovely imagery, beautiful dove here on the archway, stunning candle as well, and just really nice images there that evoke so many different feelings with celebrations and so many events as well. So are you making for home decor maybe a birthday card, an anniversary card, a wishing well card, a mother and child card, you know, a new birth, maybe a candle for a birthday or marking a special occasion, spreading peace and love or happiness here. You know, it could be whatever the occasion. And you might be thinking, Matt, what are you doing, reeling off all these events and occasions? Haven't you noticed the word Christmas on the details on the left-hand side? Well, we have, and we chatted about this, myself and Paul, before the show, and we said, and Janice was there as well, preparing for the launch of the one-day special at 6, and we all agreed with producer Meg at the same time, and I think director Jimmy sort of kind of chimed in and went, oh yeah. He didn't even know what we were talking about, and he just agreed anyway. But we thought that the shepherds were the only images that absolutely 100% had to be Christmas. Other than that, they're all just majestic designs and very, very celebratory designs for a multitude of different events and occasions. So I would hope you would join us in agreeing that these are wonderfully, wonderfully versatile dies, usable throughout the year. I mean, that stained glass window design, may I just open that again to show you? Look at the colours in that. Alcohol inks and markers on acetate, maybe a little bit of embossing as well to add a bit of dappled finish, you know, or however you want to do it. That's Dee's work there, Dee's lovely artwork, but how you want to recreate that is completely up to you. Some more artwork here, this time a wedding invitation. See what we mean about the multitude of different events and occasions? That's a wedding invitation. Made by Maria. We've got this wonderful, very evocative image here with the Madonna, the mother and child, but then the sentiments, love, peace, just at the bottom on a wonderful stepper card with glitter cards. So it's, you know, getting celebratory and beautiful. The shepherds, to make it extremely Christmassy for a moment, the shepherds here, I mean, isn't that just the most wonderful example of inking and creating of a background? Isn't that amazing? And also working with some of the stamps that are available. Do have a look out for those on the show. Oh, here's another one made with micro beads this time. Whose work is this? This is Sheila. Sheila, the colours that you have created here, and then just by taking out a little bit of imagery, you know, and then adding that little sprig here, you know, what she's done is she's borrowed, I think, she's borrowed a few different elements. So she's taken the dove here from the middle, but then what she's done is she's upturned the sprig. She's taken the sprig from the top of this design with the heart. If I turn it around, you'll see the detail even better there. So she's taken that and put it in the dove's mouth. So she's very, very clever using, you see, you can tell Sheila may well have done parchment craft before working with the Groovy system by taking those elements. So lots and lots of different inspirational artwork here with what you can do and what you can create using these dies. And I've just taken the opportunity there to show you some of the regular two-dimensional cards that are on display. In addition to that, you've got all of the three-dimensional work here. So the hexagonal design where you're cutting 3 of them just down here and just giving that score line in the middle. I mean, that's just inspired there. That's actually 3 different die cuts, all scored and folded in the middle. You can see here the hexagonal shape at the top, can't you? Just a great piece of home decor and styling. The 4-sided lantern design that we just made as well. So very, very three-dimensional work is possible here. Plus, as long as there's time at the end of the hour, Paul has mentioned that he may well be able to demonstrate how to make this lovely, lovely candle using tissue paper. Half the stock gone as well on the wonderful one-day special. We only had the launch at 6 o'clock this evening and already half the stock is gone, so you'll know that is a very, very busy one-day special. Your saving is £25, which is the value, £24.99 normally singly, but it's sold out singly. The value of this die set alone is £24.99, so it's like you're paying for these 3 and these 2, paying for those 5 sets, but you're getting this as well. 675 316 to order now. Don't forget about those card blanks, 4 different sizes, 5, 6, 7 and 8-inch card blanks, with your envelopes available separately as well. $26.96 today to get your 40 in the black, 40 in the white, so 10 of each size on your pre-scored card blanks. 871709. And then your envelopes to match. If you need the envelopes, they're available. If you don't need the envelopes, that's absolutely fine. That's why they've been separated out. 156120 to order, and they are 5x5, 6x6, 7x7 and 8x8. So you do get 20 of each. The designer parchments, Paul.
Yeah. Just explaining, a few people have said, well, why have we not put the cards and envelopes together? Yes. Yeah. The reason being, I've been crafting for years, but lots of people have, and you buy card blanks that come with the envelopes, and I've got a stash of envelopes that I'm never ever going to use. Oh, okay. And when you look at some of the 3D bits that have all been done using the card blanks, you're never going to use an envelope. So that's why we kept them separate, so you've then got the option, because you'll find over the months we've been bringing them to you, we actually use them for stamping on, we use them for die cutting, we use them for in the parchment, everything. So you don't necessarily need to have an envelope all the time. So that's why we kept them separate. And it keeps the price down as well.
Yeah, no, it's very effective. We like it. Choices are good. So yeah, on the wonderful different papers that we've got here, this is the designer parchment first of all.
Yeah. So it's a pick and mick option. And you'll get the bonus folder as well. Yeah. So when you buy 2 of them will fit into one of the folders. Right, so in this one, I've got Northern Lights and I've got my Indian Summer in there.
So the one bonus folder that you get is enough to store both
of them. Yeah. And what's great about these, sometimes when you buy a folder and they have pockets in, sometimes they're not crystal clear. Yeah. These are crystal clear, so when you're looking at the paper and the parchment, what you're seeing is actually what it is.
It's not
sometimes it's not
milky or matte,
frosted. So again, it's great because if you're doing your compositions or you're doing your die cutting, you can cut it out and lay it over this and think, oh, is it going to work with that one? Is it going to work with this one? So Northern Lights was the original collection that Barbara did, and it went absolutely mad when we brought it out in the paper form.
Yeah, I mean, this is the parchment, and then we've also got the paper and the card for the Northern Lights, and in this one folder, we've got the Northern Lights, but we've also got the Indian summer collection. So just to show you the rest of the Northern Lights there, it's an amazing mix of marble, like hand-dyed batik fabric. But these are all handmade in the first place, because they're all made by Barbara.
Colours. So again, you're getting 12 different designs, and you're going to get 4 of each design. So a lot of people I've spoken to said they can bear to use 3 of them, but not the 4th one. They keep the 4th one just to stroke.
It's understandable.
Or to keep it as like an indexing system as well.
And a memory.
I mean, on the back, if I just turn this one round, you'll see that on the back of the actual packaging, I'll just bring that in, there we go. You'll see you've got like these little spotlights of the designs in there, and then also on the front of the packaging as well, you've got like a snapshot of those as well. So someone says to me, what paper's that? And all I do is I go to this and go, oh, that's where it's from. Because there's all the different designs. Someone says, Barbara will know, because obviously she designed them and she put them together. But someone say, where's this one from? And I go, And then I look at the index on the bottom. And I can say, right, that one's from there.
Good. I love the fact that they're across the colour spectrum as well here. That's the Indian summer that you were looking at there. These are the parchment papers. We've also got the designer papers, actual paper, and then the cards. But this is where it all began, with the parchment papers. Whichever 2 you're choosing, you'll get the bonus 8-inch by 8-inch folder, which is big enough, has enough leaves in it to hold 2 of your pads.
And if you look down the sides as well, Matt, we've got the thing. So it says there, an indexing. So you've got a paper and you've got parchment, so you can then tick to say what's in there. So when you've got it on your shelf for storage, it's perfect for that.
You know which is which. Big fat tick on the parchment there. It's great. Everything's been thought about, and it's a gorgeous system as well for protecting what you're investing in here. Good quality crafty goodies. 2 payments of £19.98 to spread the cost, whichever 2 you're choosing. Good luck making that choice. It's so difficult, but those that already have 1 set of 2 perhaps are deciding to get the other 2 today, so that you've got a complete set, and of course you'll get that bonus folder as well, worth £5.99 to look after your parchments. And now this is the papers, so same designs, but this time in
so it all started with the papers. Papers came first, then the parchment. I should have put them in a different order. Then the parchment, and then the card. But the great thing about the paper that's different to the parchment is that it's double-sided. Because you've got the more vibrant design on there, and then on the back you've got the more muted and toned down version. So it's perfect for your matting and layering, and you'll see over the period of the next one day special shows where I've combined, and because you've got the more softer tones, they sometimes work better behind the apertures. So it doesn't take away from the design.
So you've got the choice. So they're all designed like that, double-sided, and you can actually see, Paul, if I might turn this one around, you can see on the back, you can see your
the little
front
indexing. So you've got the more vibrant, a little indexing system.
With the different designs there for you. So they're all four available now. You're getting 2 in your pick and mix with a bonus folder worth £5.99 for £19.96 plus delivery today. To get hold of the card is also on the website. Same designs, but this time in the lovely designer card. This was absolutely busy off the phone off the hook when we first launched these cards. So again, available now if you missed out before or didn't get any before, you've chosen your favourites before and now you want to complete your collection. You're picking and mixing 2. You still do get your free folder worth £5.99 to store them, and the folder is big enough to hold 2 of your choices, so hold everything that you're buying today. £24.98 plus delivery gets you your favourite 2 on the pick and mix. That's on the card. So the 3 things we showed you there was the parchment, the papers where it all started, and the card, all in those different designs that you have. So Paul, where do we find ourselves now?
Right, so I think because we're talking about the paper and the parchment, I think we should go to that. So we're going to do something very, very delicate. I'll just pop that down there. So what we've done, we've actually die cut the parchment. And I remember when we first launched the dies and someone said to me, will it cut through parchment? I'm thinking, well, of course it will, it will. If it's going to cut through card. But I realised afterwards what the email meant was that because it's so fine, sometimes it can put too much pressure on it, and it can break it, especially with parchment. So, and then if we get round to it, I'm going to do the tissue paper one, and that's even finer with the candle.
Okay, so there's the candle. If there's time,
If there's
so stay
time,
tuned,
I'm sure we can squeeze that in.
We'll see.
I'm sure
Hopefully.
Meg will let us do that.
Meg's our producer.
So Wendy did this one, and I'm going to do just a different version of it.
Okay, yours won't be as good. I'm just joking.
Thanks, Matt.
I'm joking.
Right, okay.
No, I'm joking.
Right, let's do this one then. Right, so really nice and simple. So again, because we've got the nested dies, it doesn't necessarily mean we have to use them for matting and layering in the front. We can actually create an aperture within the card blank itself. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up into my card blank, and I'm going to take a piece of no-tack tape again. And then I'm going to bring my plates into play. And again, all the machines have different sandwich combinations. And I'm going to...
Yeah, that's an ingenious idea, isn't it? Putting a Polly Pocket on the top.
I mean, it's, yeah.
D Paramore, yeah?
D Paramore, yeah, absolutely fantastic idea.
To protect our plates. Plastic.
And it just helps protect it. And also what I find, I don't know if, because I haven't really spoken to Dee about it, but when you're cutting, if you wasn't using that pocket and I cut out black card, okay, so I've cut a detailed die out in black card straight onto here, black fibres get embedded in the card. And then I go and cut something out of a white piece of card and they transfer the fibres. So by using this, I could cut white out on this side and then turn it over and cut the black out, and I'm not going to get any transfer of fibres.
Very clever.
Right, so I'm going to gently peel off that tape, but you'll see from the die, I don't know if we can pick up on that beautiful debossed line. Can we get that there?
Yes, it's a lovely frame.
There we go. Maybe holding up might be, oh there it is. There we go. So you've got that beautiful debossed line just across the bottom, and that's all around the outside, and it'll be on the die cut as well.
It's a good look.
Right, so let's say, don't throw this away, because you can use this for another project.
As ever.
Okay, so now I'm going to bring a piece of our parchment into play. Okay, now because it is quite delicate, what I want to do is actually protect it. So I'm going to put a piece of paper down first, and I'm then going to put my parchment on top. And then, what I'm going to do... What am I going to do? Oh, brain freeze. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I need the die, don't I? So I'm going to bring that die into place. But what I'm going to do... That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that on top. Oh, dear. It's been a long day.
But yeah, it's a long drive, first of all, just to get here, isn't it? So,
I'm going to take...
You've been at Ali Pali, right?
We was at Ali Pali. Yeah. It has been busy. It's been a busy month. But it wasn't as busy as what it has been. I mean, it was a nice show, and there was lots of... It's our local show. Yeah, I think
it's a gorgeous venue. It's a great venue.
It's a lovely venue. Yeah. Right, I'm going to go without the tape. And...
I've got every faith in it.
It'll go all wobbly now.
No, I've got every faith in this.
Die cutting with danger. We could turn that into a TV show.
You could do.
Oh, you could. Thanks, Matt. I said we.
You could.
After your last hour, I thought you'd be up for that, sort of running around. And...
Oh yeah. If that went over your head, have a look at it on real.
Right. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift that off. So the parchment is now sandwiched in between the paper.
Oh, that is just there we go. So pretty.
Just take that.
Love working with parchment.
So if I put that on there, do you want to just show that off while I just clear this mess away?
Yeah, look at this. Look at that. There's something so special about working with the groovy system or parchment paper in general, and here just to die cut through parchment to get that result. It's just outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Look at that little shadow too. It's everything we're working with today. You know, it's got everything. Yeah, depending on which colour pages you're using from those parchment pads as well. You're getting 2 pads with a bonus wallet. worth £5.99 when you're ordering on the Pick & Mix.
Right, okay, so...
I'll just put it back there.
Yeah, that's lovely, thanks, Matt. So then what I've done, I know we're conscious of time and I really want to do the candle.
Yes.
So I've also then cut out the frame as well in the parchment. So let's just pop this to one side. And now we can assemble it, and it's really, really simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to take... We're going to just go around the outside again.
And the frame this time, yeah.
So I'm working on the inside. And again, it works to have a darker colour behind so that you can see exactly where you're going to line that up. And because it's parchment, it will just take a little bit longer than normal as if it's paper, because parchment isn't absorbent, so it's not like sort of like paper and card where it will soak in and take that bond straight away. So I'm just going to turn that over, and then I'm going to take my frame, and let's just put that to one side, and again, we're just going to go round. So for me, this card isn't Christmas. This could be for a celebration, a wedding, Valentine's. Dare I say Valentine's?
Yeah, you can do, definitely, for an engagement
late
or
in the
Valentine's.
year.
Most certainly, anything like that.
So,
for an anniversary, any reason to celebrate love and togetherness, I guess.
And then we can just push that down there. And again, you can see, I mean, you could add some glitter to that if you wanted to. So all I'm going to do now is just fold the card in
some
half.
powder glitter,
Yeah, that would be really nice. Put some sparkle on the
You saw
half.
that in your launch show, didn't you, Paul?
And, oh, there we go. Oh, there we go.
Oh, this is good. And you get
So I've now got a pair now, so if I know two people that may be getting married or something, I've got cards done.
one for each.
One for, yeah.
So. But look at that, and then you get the drop shadow on the inside too, like just the whole look, you know, everything, just the way it casts a light, you know, and if you are working with the stained glass
window, and you could put a candle
effect
behind there as well. You could put a candle behind it.
Would you like one?
There we go.
I don't know I don't know if that'll work with the lights tonight, but whether that has an effect on the TV, but certainly at home, I think that's going to look like. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks really nice. It's a lovely mantelpiece, please. And move it quickly before it burns. Okay.
Right.
We're going to make the candle, aren't we?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for the demonstrations tonight, by the way. Do all your one day special, go for it. Half the stock's gone, remember. This is what we're making over half the stock now. We're going to make a lovely candle tonight. And it's a great technique using tissue paper to embed the design into your candle and just make a really, really nice decorative piece. 675316 to order your one day special, and that's £37.47 today for your first payment of £2 to get all 11 dies. And if you're looking at the packaging saying, look, that looks like way more than 11 dies, they all nest. The whole point is they are single dies, apart from that one in the centre on the left hand side, that they are single nested dies, but all of the others are single dies just on their own. And the idea is that you get your craft knife or cutting implement and you can cut out the detail from each one if you want to, but of course the craftability is there, one pass, one cut, and great value in the sense that all of the ones with the black background on the packaging are single dies, and the big one on the left on the bottom is a nested set. That's worth £24.99, that one, and it's yours technically for free in the one day special. You're not paying for it. It's £25 off, making it just £74.94 for the whole set. It is on FlexiBuy as well. And Paul, the candle.
Right, the candle. Okay, so what I've got here, I've got several pieces of tissue paper. So I've got like a pink, a dark red, and a more brighter red. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut all three of them out at the same time.
Okay. Luckily, we've got a good 5 minutes left to do this. You said you needed...
No pressure. Yeah, no, it's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sandwich it, same as I just did with the parchment. Yeah. I'm going to sandwich it between a piece of paper. Okay, so I've just folded that in half. So what design would you like to go for, Matt?
Oh, Paul, thank you. What do you think? Do you think for the candle, either the lovely star...
So we've got a candle, we've got the dove, we've got the Madonna, we've got the star...
Do you think the candle's a bit double candle?
A double candle, yeah.
What about the star? Or do you think...
The star, yeah, we could do that.
Should we go with the star?
Okay. That's handy because I've got one
It's
pre-cut out.
I didn't even know that.
Right.
Oh, thank goodness I've done something right.
Let's do a different one as well, and then maybe we might be able to get 2 on.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah?
Yeah, good
Okay.
idea with the dive.
Right, so all I'm going to do is, again, just bring my plates into place. And I don't need to worry about taping it down because I can see through where the red tissue paper is. And you could do this in any colour tissue paper. And then all I'm going to do is just pop that through.
Working in your normal die cutting machines, of course. We're just using a Gemini because we are lucky it's a good machine. We've got one here in the studio. Just look
No,
at
this
the
is
size
mine.
of
This isn't.
And it's yours.
This
Is that your one?
Yeah.
And Paul, looking at the size of them, that would probably go through my big shot, no problem, because I don't have a big shot plus. We've got a normal
Yeah, I
size
mean, the
big shot.
dies are, what width are they? It says it on the packaging. They are 3.1 inch by 4.3 inch.
Okay, so just over 3 inches
Yeah.
wide. Yeah. Would they go through the Gemini Go?
I'm not sure on
wouldn't
how
be
big
certain.
the aperture.
Yeah, so if you've got a Gemini Go, measure it because you're obviously asking about it. 3.1 inches wide. 3.1 inches wide.
Okay. Right, so now let's just pop this one side. You can see, like, I've just taken that die off and it's completely clean.
The actual project is ready to go.
Okay, so I'm going to gently open the paper. This is where, see, these are so detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sure it'll be
there we
absolutely
go.
fine, Paul.
Look, so there's one.
Very pretty.
And then very, very slowly. Tissue paper, although it's so far quite, watch, I'm going to say it's robust and I'm going to rip it.
It
So,
should be, shouldn't it? And then from the other side. Well done, Paul.
there we go.
Wonderful stuff.
And then I just realised what else I should have done.
Go on.
It's just as well I've got one done. What have I done wrong, Matt? What do you think?
Okay. Should we have got a
Have a look
nested,
at a
should we
finished
have got
card, Paul.
Should we have got a nested arch around it?
Yeah. So, what? Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to take one of them.
Before we peeled them off.
Yeah.
We should have taken the whole thing. When you said about the die there and had this one in the paper, that's when you should have laid one of these.
One of those on and cut out.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
So let's cut one out now. Where's that one?
You've got lots of demos in your head and all planned, Paul, so I wouldn't
let's
beat
go
yourself
with that
up
one.
about it.
There we go. So we'll just pop that back in the machine. This will work. And then pop that back in.
Like we say, lots of demonstration coming up tomorrow at 9 AM and also 1 PM in the afternoon and then final call at 5 PM. Having said that, say final call, that's a good, sort of 22 hours away, 23 hours away, 22 hours away. So, what we want to say is grab your one-day special as soon as possible. Over half the stock has gone after just one complete show at 6 o'clock and this one live right now. And this is what you're getting hold of. That die set in the middle, those nested arches, they are worth $24.99 singly because they were available singly. Not anymore. That's your saving there. That's $24.99's worth with your £25 saving. And then you're getting all the other 5 designs. Also, all with Flexi Buy available means it's just $37.47. And for a set of dies, actual dies, we know how much dies cost. This is a really, really good value.
Right, okay. There we go. It worked. Right. So let's see if we can get this to work.
Yeah, you will, Paul. I know you will.
Right, so candles are available in, obviously, different places. So you're going to position that over there. And then you're going to take, like, a wax paper. And you're going to put that over to hold it in place. And I'm going to get my heat gun.
You get the heat tool, yeah.
And I'm going to go high. And then what you do, see how it's starting to go?
Yeah.
And then you want to
love this technique.
Go on there. And then you get a part of it done. There we go.
Just melting the wax around it to embed in.
Right, I'm gonna. Right, let's just stop.
Hopefully, with 10 seconds left to go, I hope we've.
No, not enough.
Oh,
no.
Cool. Let's
I'll
not
finish it in the morning.
Yeah, we will do. We'll finish it now, and then we'll peel it off in the morning. Yeah. Oh no, you do it one. Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you, Matt.
Pleasure again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And see Paul again at 9 AM tomorrow. Bye bye. Yeah, coming up tonight, Colour Craft and Journal, Crafting with Clarity, another chance to watch the show that we've just seen, and then Caustic Wax Art. All of those are recorded shows. We're going to be on recordings all the way through until 7 a.m. when we come live again tomorrow morning at 7.